What up, gang? Line Carolina Jackpot time coming at you. I am in Mullins, South Carolina today. I was just passing through and I noticed this old shopping center over on the right hand side of the road, and it struck me as odd. One of the buildings, part of the shopping center, with the facade on it, was made of rock and that, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. And I said, that looks like an Ingles store. It looks like an old Ingles supermarket. And there was a sign at the road in front of these old Ingles stores that looked something like this. So when I pulled into the parking lot of this establishment, that exact sign is not out there, but there's something out there that looks just like this. Huh. That looks strangely like an old Ingles sign to me. Notice the resemblance, so that lets me know that this definitely was an Ingles. Now, if you know anything about me and my history with Ingles Supermarket, I used to work there for 13 years, ran a store for them, and these stores are mostly in the western North Carolina area, the upper part of Georgia, the upstate of South Carolina, and in parts of Tennessee. They really don't branch out further than that, but it is true that at one point, Ingles did have stores out as far east in South Carolina as Sumter and this town, Mullins, which is, this is about an hour from Myrtle Beach. And I had forgotten all about them even having stores there, but a gentleman I used to work with at Ingles by the name of Marvin Carnes, who's now retired from Ingles, actually I believe was the district manager over these stores, and I think it was like in the late 80s, maybe mid 80s, possibly early 90s when these stores were open. So without further ado, let's get over here and chickadee check this thing out, shall we? That's what we're looking at right there, and you can definitely tell, if you know anything about these old supermarkets, that definitely was an Ingles store. Top's all half gone. When it was open, it may have looked something like this, but I'm not exactly sure. And who knows how long this has been here empty. As you see back behind me there, they've turned this into a trucker's lot, looks like. I'm not sure, but inside there, yeah, man, look at that. It's all roached out. That would have been the meat department back there. In the office right here. I hate that there's such a glare, but it is what it is. Yeah, that place is really tore up. There's no telling how long, like I said, this place has been closed. My guess is maybe, I don't know, early 90-ish. If I had to guess. Those wasn't there when the store closed. That was after the fact. That's somebody in there working or something on this. I don't know what kind of work they did. It ain't been a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see the tent up there, the green. That's the produce department back there in the corner. To the right, all the way back to the meat department. The dairy department was probably along that wall in between the two. Pretty small store, honestly, and not a lot left there. And there's no way you couldn't, I don't think you could honestly repurpose this building into anything. A lot of guys using this for a parking lot. It's not that far from Florence, South Carolina, not that far from I-95. So yeah, look back there all the way straight back. That's the meat department. And this is a pretty big shopping center, actually. That would have been Ingles there. And see, here's a closed Dollar General, and that looks fairly modern. I don't think this would have been closed that long. Now that's not, yeah, there's still lights on in there, so that's not anywhere near as old as Ingles was. I would say that's probably just been closed down probably a few years. And down, yeah, the front of that's gone too. And down at the end, we're not going to really mess around with that because everything's boarded up. You can't see anything anyway. But if I had my guess, there's no label scar or anything on the front of that building that I can see. But if I had my guess, that's an old Sky City, old retail chain that was in the area down in the south here. Shit, all their stores have been closed down at least 30 years. That's what that looks like to me. Wow. Old Ingles. Crazy that I just happened upon this. Head around back. There's the back of that shopping center. I'm not going to get out because there's really not anything interesting there, but there's a sign over there. You can see it above that roll-up door. It says Supreme Receiving or something. I walked down by the one that looked like the old Sky City building, and it appears to they changed it into some like a little manufacturing company or something. Had some signs out there, reserved for controller on one parking space. On another one it said reserved for the president. There's the back of the Ingles, and you see there's no coolers or freezers left out there. Those would have been, they would have been off to the side. I'm not sure what they, somebody's around me there going ahead. I don't know whether they blocked that off and painted it up or what they did there, but yeah, very interesting. There we go, guys. Old Ingles and old Dollar General and Sky City, we think. But yeah, I just like taking a tour of places like this, coming by and checking them out, you know, because stuff like this, I mean, it's not going to be there forever, you know. You could come by here in 6 months, a year, and then it could all be gone. I mean, it wouldn't take any kind of a storm or anything to just render a building like that useless. Just wipe them out, and they're never going to use those for anything else again. More than likely, they're past their usage. But I do think it's interesting, kind of my little way of preserving history, I guess, here on YouTube. We don't have any football videos to make, unfortunately. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see y'all later. Appreciate it. Peace. I'm out.